Oh shit. Oh shit. We're recording already? Damn, I didn't even have time to play the fucking intro. Hit it real quick. Oh shit. It's Ghostface.
Intoxicating me. Intoxicating me. Intoxicating me. Intoxicating
Alright, gang. As you're all aware, we don't do games very much anymore on here. Oh my god, I don't even have a source for Dead by Daylight. Holy shit. I can't believe it's been that long. Okay, Dead by Daylight's on. Camera's off. Fine. Don't care. Okay. Oh my goodness. These folks are just hanging here. Okay. So sorry. Anyway, I wanted to get deep and philosophical and reflective, but the truth is I haven't had very much time to play video games or make YouTube videos because I'm in grad school now, and I work 40 to 50 hours a week at a factory. And so, just between the two of those, I work about 80 hours a week, and it is, well, exhausting is one thing, eroding my willpower so that when I have nothing, when I get home, I'm able to do nothing but drink wine, smoke weed, play video games, and sleep, is another thing, right? Because I can keep being I can keep going, boss. Put me back in. Put me back in. That's one thing. But it's another thing to just, I get home and no energy. I mean, also, I just run out of time. That's the other thing. Is I'm not really exactly feeling tired, but just because I don't have very many other hours. I mean, if you're working 84 hours a week, there are 168 hours in a week. So if you're working 84 hours in a week, for example, that's 50% of your week. 50% of your day is 12 hours. I do work 12 hours 3 to 4 days a week, which is half of the week. So that's a quarter of my hours. And on my 12-hour days, all I have are 2 hours before work and 2 hours after work before I have to sleep to get 8 hours of sleep. Of course, I don't get 8 hours of sleep because I don't go to bed 2 hours after I clock out. I go to bed 4 hours after I clock out, so I undersleep. And so I know what it looks like to spend half your time working because I do on my work week. What gets more confusing, though, is when my school week happens and I have to apport. Oh my goodness, this guy can't even play the freaking. You're dead. You're dead. As I was saying, majority of my week. So on my off days, it looks like I have a full day, except I have to get all the homework done, and if I don't get it done, I'm going to have to do it on a work day later. And so, it's work my ass off from dawn to dusk on my off days, or make my work week miserable, make Sunday miserable. And then between all that, I just get upset about, I suppose, opportunity costs. I want to do this, this, and this, but I can't do that if I do this. And, well, maybe if I just stay up extra late, I can make everything happen. But then, on the weekend, I won't have enough sleep, and I'll oversleep by accident because I underslept before. And so, that'll fuck with plans because I'll have planned to wake up at a certain time, but I overslept because I underslept prior and affected my ability to wake up when I wanted to. All of this to say, I'm very frustrated that when I have ideas for good YouTube videos or creative projects, I can't pursue them at this point in my life because doing so would conflict with my other obligations, which I'm barely able to manage right now. It seems like I'm still getting things done, but ooh, power system's failing. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're running up against the line. I mean, I suppose I get 6 more hours. 'Cause I get things done with at least 6 to 7 hours to spare. Like a midnight deadline, turning in 4 p.m. So that's pretty good, I suppose. But I'd prefer. Oh, we're fucked. Oh, we're not. It'd be really funny if I just worked him for a minute there. Um. Yeah, I mean, if I'm already struggling to get things done because of sleep, because I'm undersleeping, because of being upset that I'm not having enough free time, that tells me that even though I want to accomplish more things, the subconscious, less voluntary thought processes in me begin to override the conscious, deliberate, self-controlled thought processes in me when I approach the number of hours worked that I am working. This is 50% of my time. I don't know what my point was. Bro. I'm gonna pick it back up. Okay, now walk back. No. That makes no sense. Bruh. Bruh is no chill. I wish I could make gaming videos. I wish I could make political videos. I wish I could make highly edited video essays about my political theories. I wish I could make, not highly edited videos talking about current events. And you can tell me like, well, if you just put your mind to it, you can do anything. But like, I'm putting my whole damn mind into making everything work right now. And I don't think I can add anything more. Which I suppose also really contradicts what I kept telling people during my time at the Democrats, which is like, well, you don't got time to save the world. Why don't you make time? Oh my god, Nancy talking fucked with my head right there. Jesus. Okay, let's see if we can turn the camera back on up here. Hit that. Boom. Oh, but we got the fake name. No, not the fake name. Can we kill that? And then lock the kill status of that. Oh no, there's a blur on my freaking camera. No. We got it. Man, my hair does not look good today. Oh, maybe if I do that. Is that better? I don't. I don't think it is. It's not worse. It is better then. It is, well, not because it's not worse, but because it's better. Mm, I think this is a no cam kind of video. So, making highly edited, produced, written videos is out of the question while I am both working grad school and my factory job. Barely seems possible that I can do both of those right now, but I'll manage it. I want to fit so many more things in, and I fucking can't. And that's really upsetting. Plague. I think I would have been a really good YouTuber. And I still feel like maybe I can try and push myself to be, but that's delusional. I mean, not delusional that I could do it, but delusional that I could do it and make everything else work at the same time. I know how to do it. Oh, you're down there. Well, that was silly of me. Man, I used to be writing a fake documentary about myself, talking about how I kept trying to become a YouTuber and then eventually had to put away those dreams to pursue real life. Like that was the story. The story was about the futile effort of chasing fame when it becomes less and less practical and have to give up on that dream. Except now that's actually happened to me and I actually can't pursue that dream because of it now. That was dumb. That was bad. That was bad. It just hit the wall. What the hell was that? Oh. Now it's actually fucking happened to me. The story that I wrote, I wanted to finish that story. Now I'm fucking living it, I guess. Which I suppose will make it all the more rewarding to finish the story once I eventually do. Oh, but how I lament the fact that I actually do now. Pisses me the fuck off. I want to finish writing my fucking story. But instead I have to live my fucking story. I have to live this story, and that isn't fucking easy. Aw, fuck you, pal. Okay. Oh, that's probably an important thing to hit right there. That totem. That's Fortune's Fool. Stops me from hearing the killer. I think I go for that one there. Not without going down. Oh, in front of a hook, too. Oh, they hit second. Or they already in second? I think they hit second. That's... Ain't looking good. Ain't looking good. I don't think we make it out of this one. Ooh, just tabbed back in. I tabbed out, and I heard the sound, and I tabbed back. Ooh. Wait, these chains coming from the sky? That's crazy. Today, or yesterday, actually, I said I was going to read textbook and then write an 800-page paper in one day. I did the reading. I found a couple of links for the paper. I didn't write the whole paper. So that became today's objective. Today originally was going to be read the other textbook and then write a portion for that paper, but that had to be postponed to Sunday so that I could do the paper that I was meant to do yesterday, today. And then Sunday was originally meant to be just do my microecon, do the homework in the morning, and then do the reading in the evening. And then that'd be that. And then I'd be a full, 2 days ahead. No, I'd be a full day ahead, officially, of my schoolwork. And then Monday, I could do my public affairs, and then Tuesday, do my public research, and then Sunday, nothing would actually be due. And Sunday, I could do my microecon again, and then Monday, do public affairs, Tuesday, public research, and then Wednesday, public or microecon again, and get a day ahead because I'm on my 3s and 4s at the factory, you know. But so that was what the plan was going to be, but because I didn't finish the paper, that means I have to finish the paper and do my public service research class on Sunday instead of having it done by then, which means I'm doing microecon day of again, which isn't anything too crazy. That means Tuesday is my one chance to get ahead on... Wait, Tuesday I can totally get ahead. Wait. Tuesday, instead of being a day ahead, or being able to finish off everything for the week, I'd be just starting things for the week, because Monday is the end of the school week, basically. So it's kind of funny how my schedule is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and every other Wednesday, and that means I always have Sunday off. All my deadlines are Sunday at the earliest, so I always am able to work just on schoolwork on deadline day, and then Monday is my microecon class and deadlines, so I do those day of. But next week for public affairs, it's just a quiz. So as soon as I finish the reading, I can just take the quiz and then be done with that. And I don't need to dwell on a whole comment. I don't need to dwell on a whole discussion board, because that took way too long last week. So if I wake up bright and early Tuesday next week, then I can get to work on taking notes to read for research class, and then either have that done in the evening or have that all that's left by evening. So that's the following Sunday. I'm only doing what's left of the paper project and getting a head start on econ. So I'll be one shift ahead. I have things broken up into shifts, which are activities or groups of activities that take 2 to 4 hours. Ooh, yikes. Anyway, that's the kind of stressful considerations I'm making all the time. And I mean, part of it is working with time constraints, but part of it is also working with self-control constraints. Because if I wake up at 5 a.m. and tell myself I'm going to get started on this by 7 a.m., I don't actually do that. It ends up being like 9:30 or 10 by the time I actually get started. And once I'm actually started, then maybe I'll finish by noon. But that meant if I finish by if I start 9:30 and finish at noon, that means I only needed 2.5 hours to actually do the project. And so if I started at 7, I'd actually be done by 9:30 and then have the rest of the day, or in fact, the capability of completing another shift's worth of work. But because there's like literally like a whole fucking like psyching myself up for it that's necessary, like that puts a severe bottleneck on our on our throughput abilities. Fuck this guy. And so I'm frustrated, I suppose, that my productivity is inhibited by this self-control in this way, because it fucks with my planning. And if that freaking 2.5 hour warm-up time wasn't necessary, today it was more like 4 or 5 hour warm-up time. If we didn't have all that, then more things would get done. And so it's like really a piss poor waste of time that this is what the whole day's being wasted on. What the hell? What the hell? I tried to throw that. Hit him with it. That was stupid of me. I'm dead now. For performance indeed. Nope. It's over. Thanks anyway, Steve. I'll be the one person who die. You're probably all gonna die. But it's that warm up time, that difference between the plan, the time it actually takes, and the time that I'm actually working. Because the time I'm actually working versus the time it actually takes, different numbers. And it seems like it should be just a matter of self-control to make those equivalent numbers and turn the amount of unproductive time into zero. And so, if that's the case, then it must be that I have no fucking self-control. And I don't like that. I don't like the implications of that. Which is troubling. So, we either explain away our inability to accomplish things in the timely manner that we plan, or the inability to get started on things in a timely manner. We either explain that away as not due to a lack of self-control, or explain it as due to a lack of self-control. It is self-control. I suppose if you believe self-control diminishes as one becomes more exhausted or worked in general. As self-control is exhausted, as self-control is used more, it diminishes, right? Because you're like using it, and eventually the self wants to be rewarded for its self-control, and the self, like the bodies that we inhabit, is less responsive to the abstract rewards of the future. And since we are less responsive to the abstract rewards of the future, it's just self-control, discipline being enacted for apparently no reward. And so the self throws a tantrum and begins to demand rewards and refuse work. So I need to do something more fulfilling. Tuesday nights are my fun nights. Boom. Did it, okay? Yeah. If I can get everything done by, say, 5 on a Tuesday, then we get to have fun. And I have to think of something more fun than playing Dead by Daylight. If we believe that self-control diminishes as it becomes used with no direct rewards, then we can adequately describe my situation as a problem of actually using too much self-control. Not lacking it, but using too much of it. I'm spending it. I'm over budget. I'm over budget on self-control. Um, if we consider self-control to be a currency which with which we purchase actions from ourselves, the value of that currency I don't think is stable. Meaning, I think some behaviors, some actions are easier to influence with self control at certain points in one's life than they are at other points in one's life. To make this more concise, I would say if I build a habit to normalize a particular behavior, then it no longer costs as much self-control. And when it no longer costs as much self-control, then more self-control is unspent after completing that action, which means more self-control can be used on other things. So habit building is thus essential to expanding the range of expanding the range of the amount of expanding the amount of things that I do in a day requires the establishment of habits to reduce the amount of self-control required to perform additional tasks. Someone write this shit down. See, I told you we were going to be deep and reflective here. If I form habits of what I'm capable of doing at the level of self-control that I possess now, then it will become easier to do these things. Then it will not require as much self-control. And then I can modify the habits to include more things. And so I will be able to do more things. And once those become habit as well, we can modify behavior to add even more. Unfortunately, graduate school does not allow for us to prolong the onset of duties. You know, I can't just say, hey, don't assign that paper because I'm not going to be able to integrate that into my daily routine until March. I can't do that. No. When it's assigned, when it's due, is when it's due. So, knowing my limitations, which I do know, which I feel like I am very able to know, knowing my limitations, I should try to work within those, but also deliberately construct habits and monitor those habits in the amount of self-control they require so that I can evaluate my development of self-control and use that evaluation to assess whether I should advance my ambitions or not. Oh my god, fucking write this down. Okay, I'm gonna go. We had a very thoughtful day today. Y'all have a good one.